Hello Yu-Gi-Oh fans, welcome back to another new opening and budget deck profile video. The newest Cyber Strike structure deck has just dropped, and this set contains both old and new cards that supports the Cyberdark archetype which Zane uses in the show. As usual, we'll be first opening up the structure deck, going through all the new and cool cards that we have, and then making a $30 competitive budget deck profile out of the 3 copies. And as a bonus, we'll be also going through the basics of how to play this deck with a quick, easy combo. Now hold up for a second. If you haven't done so yet, definitely subscribe to the channel for more Yu-Gi-Oh deck profiles and videos. Also be sure to give this video a like as it greatly helps. Alrighty, structure deck Cyber Strike. I've been waiting for this for a long time. I mean, like, this is really cool. Cyber Darks are just, yeah, they're a really cool archetype. They've always been very underwhelming until finally, starting today, they're going to be really awesome. So I'm really happy for that. Okay. As usual, let's quickly get this playmat look out of the way. Right here. I know they're going to be releasing a cloth or rubber playmat version of this. And having some events, so definitely participate in them with the, Structure Deck Cyber Strike celebration event, and they'll be giving that out to like the winners and stuff. Usual stuff right here, combos, quick combos, basic stuff, which we will be touching base more on later on anyways. So let's try to get this opened. Oh, okay, there we go. Always hard to find the tab. Sometimes it's at the back, sometimes it's at the front. Okay, but anyways, so very first card right here is Cyberdark Chimera. And then we have a Cyberdark Realm, which is also ultra rare. And then we have a Cyber End Dragon. Really cool. We also have Cyberdark End Dragon. Hey guys, I just realized something a bit off with the Cyber End Dragon right here. And I think we actually pulled a misprint for both Cyber End Dragon as well as Cyberdark End Dragon. You guys can see that Cyber End Dragon has some blue holographic pattern to it, which is actually supposed to be on Cyberdark End Dragon. Here's a comparison of the regular card versus the misprint. Honestly, it looks really cool, and I'm gonna name it Cyber End Blue Dragon instead. As for Cyberdark End Dragon, it is far more subtle and difficult to see. But if you guys have the real card with ya, take a real close look at it and you can see some of the patterns that were supposed to be on for Cyber End Dragon was printed on it. Pretty cool, I gotta say. Cybernetic Horizon. There's a lot of holos in the set, so that's basically like all of our ultra rares. Cyber Dragon Hers, super rare. Fusion Deployment, super rare. Infinite Impermanence, yes. Really happy that this got actually reprinted in the set. People were talking about how Konami possibly would be taking this card out and cheesing us, but I'm glad that didn't happen, so that's really cool. Attachment Cybern. Of course, we have Cyber Dragon, Cyber Dragon's Way, Cyber Dragon Dry, Vier. We got Nashter, which is really cool. I remember this was like an ultra rare. How long was it ago? It's like more than a year and a half already by now. Cyber Dragon Core, Cyber Pharaohs, Cyber Valley. You're just really getting your value back because you basically essentially have all the Cyber Dragon Core cards that you need just by buying this deck. And buying 3 copies is you're definitely gonna get your value out of it because other than building Cyber Darks, you can actually build Cyber Dragons. So it's really good. We got Horn, Edge, and Keel, which of course is the original 3. We got Cannon and Claw moving into these Cyberdark monsters. And then now I think we're gonna go into the monsters that are not Cyber or Cyberdark related anymore, just more generic support. Leng Leng is always a good one to play, but I think you don't need it anymore. We got Jizukiru, Kaiju, Gizmek, Orochi, really good. Pretty surprising that this is a common right now, because I think this card was getting expensive. We got Gale Dagra, Gale Dagra. Interesting. Cyber Eternal, right here. Cyber Repair Plant. Cyber Emergency, excellent reprint. Cyberload Fusion, I remember this card was really crazy expensive, like $50 when it came out from Legendary Duelist White Dragon Abyss, I think, initially. And there was no reprint until we finally, Season 2? I think it was Season 2. I can't remember Season 1 and Season 2. I think it's Season 2. Legendary Duelist Season 2 came out and then reprinted this card, which is fantastic. Now it's a common. Cyberdark Impact, Cyberdark Inferno, Future Fusion, Fusion Tag, Machine Duplication, Limiter Removal, and then Cyberdark Invasion, Cybernetic Revolution, Power Wall, Call of the Haunted, Paleozoic Canadia, Cybernetic Overflow, really great. And then now we're moving into some of the generic fusion monsters. Chimera Tech Overdragon, Cyber Darkness Dragon. This is packed and loaded with a lot of these Cyberdark, everything you basically need. Cyberdark Dragon, we've got Power Bond, which is really key. Overload Fusion, great reprint because this card was getting difficult to find. And then we have our usual advertisement cards right here. I usually like to use these as tokens, so I like to keep these.
Now that we got the opening out of the way, let's open up the other two structure decks and quickly construct our $30 budget deck profile, which only utilizes 3 copies with all cards that are in this deck. To begin the deck profile with our brand new monsters, we have the 2 brand new Cyberdark Chimeras. We play this because it helps us get access to Power Bond. Not only that, it can accelerate our fusion summoning since we can banish materials from our graveyard instead. The next new monster we have is Attachment Cyber, which we play 1 copy of. The 600 attack boost can come in handy every now and then, but we actually play this card so that we can utilize its second effect, which is really powerful when comboed with other cards in this deck, which I'll go in more detail when I talk about the combo. Now moving on to our Cyberdark specific monsters, we have 3 Cyberdark Cannons. This card alone is really good as it can help you set up Cyberdark monsters equipping combo just by using its first effect of the bullet point. We also have 3 Cyberdark Claws. Similar to Cyberdark Cannon, instead of searching for a Cyberdark monster, this one can actually search for a Cyberdark spell or trap by discarding it. And speaking of Cyberdark machines, we also play one of each of the original Cyberdark Edge, Cyberdark Horn, and Cyberdark Keel. Edge lets you attack directly, Horn inflicts piercing damage, and Keel inflicts 300 damage to your opponent when it destroys an opponent's monster by battle. That will be all of our Cyberdark monsters. And let's show you guys the regular Cyber monsters package that we play in this deck. First off, we have the 2 of the original Cyber Dragons. We then have 3 Cyber Dragon cores that lets us search for cyber related spells or traps when normal summoned. We can also banish this card from the graveyard to special summon a Cyber Dragon from the deck if only our opponent controls a monster. This card's name also becomes Cyber Dragon while being on the field or in the graveyard as well, which is really key for further fusion summoning and plays that we would use when needing to utilize the Cyber Dragon name specifically. We then got 1 Cyber Dragon Hers, which also has its name become Cyber Dragon while on the field or graveyard. We actually mainly play for its second effect as it allows you to add 1 other Cyber Dragon from your deck or graveyard back to your hand. That will be all of the monsters that we run in this deck, and let's get into the spells. To start off with our Cyberdark related spells, we got 3 Cyberdark Realms, as this card is great for starting off. We can grab a Cyberdark monster and basically normal summon it right after. The earlier we see this card, the better for searching effects since the options does depreciate as the amount of Cyberdark monsters increases in your graveyard. We then have 3 Cybernetic Horizons. Since this card is always treated as a Cyberdark card, it is actually searchable via Cyberdark Claws effect. This card also helps send cyber monsters from the deck to the graveyard instantly, which we can use for Cyberdark plays right after. We then have 2 Cyberdark Infernos, which offers protection to your Cyberdark monsters from being destroyed by your opponent's card effects and cannot be targeted by card effects as well, which is very nice. For the regular cyber spells, we play 3 Cyber Emergencies. This card just straight up lets you search your deck for Cyber Dragon monsters and add them to your hand, which is one of the best cards to fire off combos and plays. Right here we have 2 Power Bonds, which is Zane's signature fusion spell that we all know of. This card lets you fusion summon and have our fusion summon monster double its attack. However, we do take the damage equal to the amount of the attack that was gained at the end of the turn. Next, we have 2 overload fusions where we can banish materials from our graveyard for a fusion summon of a Dark Machine fusion monster. And then we have Cyber Eternal as a tech card to help us revive our Cyber fusion monsters, which can be pretty decent and situational spell to play at times. That will be it for all of our spells, and let's show you guys the traps. For the traps, we play 2 Cyber Dark Invasions. This keeps a circulation of dragon and machine monsters as equipping resource, as well as constantly allowing us to destroy our opponent's cards. We also play 1 Cybernetic Overflow. Since we do have a small package of Cyber Dragons and cores that we can really use, this card can be really good and bring a whole lot of advantages, especially when played at the right time. Lastly, we will end off with 3 Infinite Impermanences, which is one of the best meta cards of the current format that negates monster effects. And let's show you guys the extra deck. It is going to be very simple and straightforward for the extra deck, as we basically play 3 of everything we have from the set. This perfectly fills in for all the 15 card slots that we have, as we don't really need to explain why that we play them. Now we get to see the all new boss monster and cover card of this deck, which is Cyber Dark and Dragon, a massive 5,000 attack monster with 3,800 defense as well. I like the trivia where they basically combine the stats of both Cyber Dark Dragon and Cyber End Dragon together. Therefore, it is no surprise as it does require Cyber Dark Dragon and Cyber End Dragon as material for its fusion summon. It must be either fusion summoned or special summoned by tributing 1 level 10 or lower Cyber Dark fusion monster equipped with Cyber End Dragon. It is unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. Once per turn, you can equip 1 monster from the graveyard to this card. This card can attack a number of times each battle phase up to the number of equipped cards equipped to it. Now that we have the full deck profile completed, let's go on through on how you would play this deck with a quick and easy combo. The end goal is to bring out Cyber Dark and Dragon, and the win condition is to basically use it to beat your opponent down with its massive 5,000 attack. Your first step is to make sure that you have Cyber Dark Realm and Cybernetic Horizon. You would usually open with at least one of them in your starting hand, meaning that all you need to do is grab the other one somehow, which is why Cyber Dark Claw will be your best friend as it can search for either spell. Make sure to play Cyber Dark Realm first to grab yourself Cyber Dark Cannon and then use its effect to discard itself to add Cyber Dark Chimera from your deck. Afterwards, play Cybernetic Horizon by sending Cyber Dark Chimera from your hand to the graveyard and attachment Cybern from your deck to the graveyard. Now, add your second copy of Cyber Dark Chimera from your deck to your hand. This means that you can send 1 Cyber Fusion monster from your extra deck to the graveyard, and your go-to monster will always be Cyber End Dragon, because you will be needing it specifically later. Once all the effects of Cybernetic Horizon has been resolved, now use Cyber Dark Chimera's graveyard effect since it was sent to the graveyard via Cybernetic Horizon's effect, which lets you send any Cyber Dark monster from your deck to your graveyard. Afterwards, normal summon your Cyber Dark Chimera and use its effect to discard a spell or trap from your hand to add Power Bond from your deck. Activate Power Bond to fusion summon. Since Cyber Dark Chimera also lets you banish your materials from your graveyard, at this point you should have at least 5 Cyber Dark monsters in circulation, 4 of them being in your graveyard and 1 of them being the Chimera you have on the field. Banish all of them to fusion summon Cyber Darkness Dragon, which will gain 2,000 attack from Power Bond's effect. So keep in mind that you will be taking 2,000 damage at the end of the turn. Cyber Darkness Dragon's on summon effect will activate to equip Cyber End Dragon from your graveyard to it. At this moment, you will have fulfilled the secondary summoning requirements for Cyber Dark End Dragon. So tribute your Cyber Darkness Dragon equipped with Cyber End Dragon to bring out the almighty powerful boss monster Cyber Dark End Dragon. And then you can use its effect to equip Attachment Cybern, completing the combo. You would also sometimes have Cyber Dark Invasion ready to be set so that you can control the board during your opponent's turn. In addition, the combination of these 3 cards keeps a circulation, allowing you to continuously pop your opponent's cards. That will conclude for my very own $30 budget Cyber Dark deck profile and tutorial for today. What do you guys think about this deck? Did any of you guys get yourselves your own copies of this Cyber Strike structure deck? What sort of build are you guys going for? Be sure to share your thoughts with everyone in the comments down below. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell to stay tuned for more Yu-Gi-Oh deck profiles and videos. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have a great day, great night, wherever you are. See you in the next video. And this is AVAULT, signing